If it's your first time to this channel, welcome. I'm your host, Justin Conoco. I'm actually a resident of Lambton Shores, and profiling communities like Port Franks is what we love to do here. We like to take you on tours, show you the pros and cons, give you the insights to help you make the very best purchasing decisions. It's amazing. People just like you are calling us all the time from this channel and reaching out to connect. So if you ever want to do a one-on-one, jump on a Zoom call, talk high level about these different areas, what it's like to be there, and about making a transition, let us know. We would love to help you. But first, let's talk about where Port Franks is located. So you're on the shores of Lake Huron, pristine southwest facing lake, and you are just south of Grand Bend. You're north of the Sarnia and Kamlaki area, and it is a nature lover's paradise. Every area has its history, and Port Franks definitely has that in spades. It was actually named after the Canada Company's one and only Charles Frank, and one very unique thing about Port Franks is it has things like the butterfly migration and some of the most ecologically and archaeologically significant areas, and they've really maintained that, and you can tell by the way that the sand dunes and the beaches just flow out. The beaches and the water level actually have a very nice entry level, so very safe for kids. You'll notice it has its own vibe, and I would argue is one of the best beaches along all the coast of Lake Huron. So let's do a high level view of Port Frank. So if I zoom out, you'll notice the GTA or Greater Toronto areas right here. Huntsville, Muskoka, Algonquin's up here, but these properties are like in the $10 to $15 million range right now. So people are looking for affordable places to vacation and have secondary properties. This makes sense because the southwestern coast is one of the warmest, and the proximity to places like Sarnia and London make it very accessible, not to mention that this becomes your entire playground. So if you own property here, you'll find yourself going down to Hillsborough Beach. You'll find yourself going all the way up down to Bayfield and Goderich. You just need a place to set up shop, and Port Franks could be it. You also have the Pine Ridge Provincial Park. Look at your proximity. Port Franks is right here. The Pine Ridge Provincial Park is unbelievable. I believe it's over 3,600 acres, and the Ausable runs right through it. Great fishing down here. The beaches are absolutely unreal. Endless activities in the wintertime as well. There's some pretty cool activities. Lots of cross-country skiers, snowshoeing, so on and so forth. But let's zoom back into Port Franks. You'll have two main access points. Outer Drive will actually take you in through the southern part over here, and then you'll have the main access. And there's some great restaurants here too. Actually, I'll give a shout out to Grog's, and McPherson's as well is right here. Very, very well known. Beautiful little hills. One little super hack: go by McPherson's, the gas station. This hill right here is a great place to pull over, have your kids run up the hill. If they are jittery from the drive, you can actually run their energy out right there. You'll notice too, these conservation areas that abut Port Franks really provide a nice sound barrier from the main highway. So you have all these trails kind of going through the conservation areas. This would be the Richmond Park area, very, very exclusive neighborhood. We actually currently have a lakefront listing right at the end and it's got Old Mouth Lake and some pretty unique attributes to it. And then as you go down to the main beaches, you'll notice this meandering river cutting through gives it a cool aesthetic, but there are two parts to it essentially. Digging into property values a little bit, you'll notice some high price points. This is the listing that I was talking about that we have currently at 2.75 million. This is lakefront, like pristine, absolutely brand new construction. This would be on the higher end of what you typically see in Port Franks. You'll also notice though, brand new construction, 1.389 million on a wooded lot, so not even lakefront. And then on the lower end, you have 629, 699, 830 for the one on Dogwood Drive. Now keep in mind, these prices fluctuate based on what the property is and where it's located. The prices vary dramatically in different areas. So depending on your price point, we could set up a specific portal for you so you get alerted when the right property at the right price point actually pops up. But this is the one on the drive that we have. And like I told you, it is very special and has one of the most unbelievable beaches you've ever seen. That view is unbelievable. I can tell you from a price point perspective too, you're about 1,000 a front foot on the higher end, or sorry, 1,000 a square foot is what you're typically seeing for value on properties. And you can be 25,000 a front foot if you're looking for lakefront. The highest sale was just over $6.7 million. That was for a very unique property, but if somebody's buying a property in Port Franks now for 6.7 million, that should give you an indication that these are an absolute deal. So Port Franks, Ontario is definitely one of my favorite places on the Gold Coast of Lake Huron. There are endless activities year round. If you want to know anything about the area, where to eat, what there is to do in the fall, in the spring, where the best fishing spots are, you'll have to bend my arm for that, but I'm happy to help. Hit that subscription button, hit that notification button. All my information is below. If you happen to live in the Port Franks area, you're curious about real estate values, I'm here for that as well. That's what this channel is. It is for you. If there's any areas you want us to cover, jump in the comments, let us know where you're relocating from, and let us know what areas you want us to cover, the pros and cons and all that other good stuff. I'll see you on the next Prime Tour.